So the Democrats are now treating inflation simply like an inevitability, something like a storm that's passing through. There's absolutely nothing the government can do to stop it, except to try to make things a little easier by passing massive spending bills. They're willfully ignoring their policies are causing inflation in the first place, though they know it, because how could you not? And John Pierre was asked about this when inflation started taking off 18 months ago. And she helpfully explained back then the president signed the Inflation Reduction Act to help us all out. Here it is.
Well, 18 months ago, the president signed the American Rescue Plan more than about back in April of 2021, and that helped the American people. That helped start reopen small businesses, that helped reopen schools. That was something that was so critical to meet the moment that the American people were going through. That helped put shots in arms. That matters. That was part of the president's economy plan, right? That was part of his policy that helped us gain these jobs back. And you follow economy. You're always asking me economy questions, and we created more than 10 million jobs. That's because of what the president was able to do. So we met that moment. So you're asking me about 18 months ago? That's what was going on 18 months ago. Thousands of people were dying a day because of COVID when the president walked in. The American Rescue Plan, which is only congressional Democrats passed, did it on their own and was able to make sure that we got the country back on its feet.
The American Rescue Plan has been an abject failure. People were dying of COVID because they weren't being treated for COVID. America's dying financially now because of these bad policies by Democrats like the American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, and a lot of other garbage we don't need. So the question remains, where did all this money go that was supposed to be used to fight inflation and help you? You don't need to pass a spending bill in order to create tax credits, which is pretty much the only thing the Biden administration has done to provide relief, if you can even call that relief, because those tax credits only deal with so-called environmentally friendly products like electric vehicles, which are much more expensive anyway. And if you can't put food on your table, are you buying major appliances and EVs so you can get a tax credit? Of course not. That's incredibly stupid to suggest. And incredibly, the president is still touting all of it. All of it. Here's a video he put out just yesterday.
If the Republicans in Congress have their way, it's going to mean the power we just gave Medicare to negotiate lower prescription drug prices and other costs over time goes away, gone. The $2,000 cap on prescription drugs goes away, gone. The $35 a month cap on insulin for Medicare is gone. Here's the bottom line, so please hear this. When it actually comes time to do something about inflation around the kitchen table, Republicans in Congress are saying no.
Unbelievable. The Democrats, the globalists, the elites, they all ignore the obvious. They make the coronavirus deadlier. They spend more money to create more inflation, all while pretending they aren't. Our leaders are not worthy of us. It's time to kick them to the curb. I'm beginning to see the rising red tide like I've never seen before. And the biggest election wave this country has seen since 1932. That's right, the biggest wave election since 1932 is on its way. Remember, you heard it right here first.